for making the happiest man on earth. I'm so proud of what you have become. You're the love of my life. These past few weeks with you, Chloe Lesserall, will you marry me?
Yeah. Oh my god. What? You tricked me! Oh my god. You fucking tricked me.
Out with her the whole time.
Yeah, I will not when you open it. Oh my god.
If you're left, come on, baby.
There we go. Oh my god. Stop it. I love it.
Did your camera die?
No.
Cool. Everything. I like your raincoat.
Military.
This looks fantastic. Great job.
What does every wedding client deserve from a wedding photographer? It's a wedding album, and I just got my 2022 sample. Let me show you guys right now. I've already opened this baby, but this comes from KISS, KISS.US. Comes with this cool little caring for your album instructions. This is exactly what my client would get. It also comes with this cool little linen baggie thingy that you can just pop that album right in for safekeeping. Guys, I made this thing huge. Oh my God. But let's just take a look at what we got. So it's a lay flat album, and I take 2 or 3 images from each one of my weddings, and I can just pop it in here for the year. This one's a large one. If you're watching this and you're a wedding client, make sure you have an album. This can only be done by a professional. This company only works with professional photographers. So if your photographer's not making albums for you, sadly, you won't be able to get this. The wedding album is the final process of a wedding, dealing with your wedding photographer. And I freaking feel so happy and so amazing by the time it's done because I've done everything from beginning to end and I finalized my project. That's it.
I get louder. Oh my god, I can literally hear that through your AirPods. Does that not hurt your head? What do you want? Right, I want to do pause. Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm going. Hi.
I see you doing.
I still get that a lot. People are like, don't run out of film. And I'm like, never used film a day in my life, guys. Digital only. Hands out of the pockets. Let's go right hand in the jean pocket. Just like that, buddy. Cool, I like that. She really likes these looking away. That's why we keep doing those. So look away from right there. Let's go, no smile on this. Just nice and chill. Hands out of the pockets, rubbing the hands together like rubbing Loesch. Looking right here at me. Very cool. Give me a little brush of the hair on this side that's hitting your eye. Pull it at either at you. 22. You'll embrace that stuff. As we're younger, we start to look at that and we're like, nah, but then I guarantee a few years, you're gonna go short hair. You're gonna be like, it's just a whole thing, man. I used to hate my ears. So when I was your age, my haircut it was like a bowl cut that generation, but it was like you split the middle and you do both sides. But everything I had to do, hats and everything, I had to cover my ears. And it was a whole thing. And now I'm like, why did I even think that? Like, I didn't even care. Look out again and then look back at me. Give me that smile. Perfect, buddy. 3, 2, money. All right, let's change you again. So you don't have to change out here. We walked past the bathroom and then you can change your shirt in there if you'd like. So I'll guide you there and switch out. Do you guys remember sometime last month when I was like freaking out because I wasn't busy and I was like, I gotta remember the busy times and all that stuff, and I was like crying because I was like not booking anything? Well, as of last week, I'm dying, guys. This is what happens. My schedule gets overbooked. I booked myself from beginning to night and I don't have anything, and I'm trying to figure out a good 30 minutes that I can work out, and I can't even figure that out. So I'm running from thing to thing, shoot, pick up the kids, and this is a busy time and I feel great, but I feel like I'm dying. So know that if you were dead at some point, you are now not dead, and you're doing good. So this is my affirmation to myself, but have a good day.
Look at my eyes. This is tired eye face. Guys, it is April 19th and we're still booking weddings. The misconception is that weddings only book maybe a couple times a year, maybe after Valentine's Day, after Christmas, and then a few in between, but like, no, it's going. So for those that are marketing for weddings, photographers, all vendors, you guys have to keep marketing. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep letting people know you're shooting. And yes, I know you may have your weddings or something done this year, but there's still next year. We just had 2 bridal fairs. I have another one coming on Sunday. And the number one thing we've learned is that so many people still do not have those wedding dates booked or even selected. Booked was the wrong word. They don't have their wedding dates selected. So they have all the information they have, and then they're going to come back to us when they have that information. And yeah, it's a waiting game, but at least you're still booking. So if you're not booking right now, book. I'm a one-man band. I run my photography business with just me, and really that's it. But it's kind of not true, because although I do a lot of shooting and I do a lot of editing, a lot of my stuff goes through a company called Pixify. So Pixify.com. Pixify.com, and it allows me to send contracts, invoices. It sends me daily tasks of things I need to do per client. It sends auto reminders to my clients, tip emails, everything you possibly do that I would have to spend maybe 2 hours a day doing, I get to do automatically through Pixify. And this comes because a lot of people are trying to do everything at once. And when I kind of met anybody I mentor, I kind of say, actually use Pixify and it does all this, they're kind of in shock. But in a world of AI and all that, like, it's weird to hear. So if you're a photographer and you need to hear this, check out Pixify.com. Shoot me a message, send me a DM. I have a little code I can send you to give you some free weeks that we all get. But I highly check it out. Stop writing your own emails. Stop sending your own things. Stop contracts. I mean, I had a contract in 2 seconds after somebody says yes. So just do it. Check it out.
What in my eyeballs? That was so gay.
Because I totally messed up on the timing because Dad was like, come on.
He did great.
Knowledge.
What was that? What? You were gonna eat poop? A lot of you want to become destination wedding photographers, and I love that aspect of it. And although I feel indifferent about it, I do travel a lot and the number one question is hey, when you travel to do a wedding, do they pay for all your stuff there? So I'm gonna answer that question really quickly. Do you charge your full rate when you book a wedding anywhere in the world? What the couple is responsible for, and they have to love you in order to make this work, is that they're responsible for 2 nights, and usually it's 2 rooms for me because I travel with 3 people total. And we also need our mileage if we're driving, which is right now like 0.4 miles. You can Google that. A flight, if I need to, there and back. And then if I need a rental car, they're covering that. Sometimes you can work out a flat rate. Say your price is $6,000 for the wedding and you just do a flat $3,500 for everything. That might work. Do a little bit of research, but that's really what they're covering. I also had a per diem, which is stuff that I might be out of for the day. So let's say I have to buy dinner or buy lunch or something that you normally would have at home. So I do $50 a day per person. It's not much, but it's just something to kind of help me go over and not feel as weird grabbing chips and snacks or something on the drive. But that's how you charge. And they have to love you. They have to know you. Usually they're a referral from somebody. And you're gonna be there for more than you need to, which is gonna be awesome. So get the destination going, but work out your budget and work out your traveling and make it worth it for you. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean that you need to skip. A while before I became a photographer, like 15 years ago, I was a massage therapist. So I was used to touching people because that was my job, right? And I'm, but I don't mind touching people, I have to. As a photographer, I don't have to, but as a male photographer, one of the things that we're always worried about, that we have to be worried about now is place or shirts being moved or something, and you actually go about and that for your client because they can't see. And I've never really thought about it because I simply go with intention. So if a hair's out, I'll go up to my client and move the hair. Or if the shirt's falling off, I'll go and just move the shirt or just adjust or something. And I have different ways of doing it for men and women. And of course we stay away from areas that we're not supposed to. I'm not there to grope or anything, but like guys are just so worried about it. And as I was talking to a couple photographers, we had this conversation and they go, I'm gonna say, is it okay if I move your hair or touch your shirt or something? And I get why they're doing that because we need to, but does it sound more creepy when you do that? If you have to walk up to somebody and say, hey, is it okay if I touch your hair or move your hair? I know it's polite. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. I just feel like that's creepier than actually just moving the hair with intention and then backing up and shooting again. What do you guys think? A lot of you want to become destination wedding photographers, and I love that aspect of it. And although I feel indifferent about it, I do travel a lot and the number one question is hey, when you travel to do a wedding, do they pay for all your stuff there? So I'm going to answer that question really quickly. Do you charge your full rate when you book a wedding anywhere in the world? What the couple is responsible for, and they have to love you in order to make this work, is that they're responsible for 2 nights, and usually it's 2 rooms for me because I travel with 3 people total. And we also need our mileage if we're driving, which is right now like 0.4 miles. You can Google that. A flight, if I need to, there and back. And then if I need a rental car, they're covering that. Sometimes you can work out a flat rate. Say your price is $6,000 for the wedding and you just do a flat $3,500 for everything. That might work. Do a little bit of research, but that's really what they're covering. I also had a per diem, which is stuff that I might be out of for the day. So let's say I have to buy dinner or buy lunch or something that you normally would have at home. So I do $50 a day per person. It's not much, but it's just something to kind of go over and not feel as weird grabbing chips and snacks or something on the drive. But that's how you charge. And they have to love you. They have to know you. Usually they're a referral from somebody. And you're going to be there for more than you need to, which is going to be awesome. So get the destination going, but work out your budget and work out your traveling and make it worth it for you. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean that you need to skimp on your pricing. Customer service is a huge aspect of my business and my career. And one of the things that I do for my couples is I always create a wedding day timeline. So these are my brides and my grooms, right? My brides. I create the wedding day timeline. Not only do I create that to help them because I know how weddings work and how they should work and what I would like out of the wedding, how much time I want with the bride, groom, and so forth. but it's something that I would never rely on somebody else to give me, whether it's a wedding coordinator or the bride and groom themselves. If I rely on them to give me something like this, I'm gonna have no time to do what I need to shoot and create and document for their wedding album, well, if I can shoot that wedding, because I'm gonna go into a blind and go, I don't have a wedding, I don't have anything. So if you're a photographer, and even if you're working with a coordinator, get your wedding timeline in there. Make sure that you know what's happening before it happens. Be successful at what you do. And that's the #1 way to help alleviate any anxious feelings of a wedding.
Look, not everybody has to hire me as their wedding vendor, but I do like to give tips to brides on like how to hire your wedding vendor. So my #1 tip, because I feel like every photographer is going to be good. They're going to have great work. Every DJ is going to have great work. You're going to find tastes in everybody that you can meet. But the #1 reason to hire for your wedding is if you mesh with them personality wise. If they have a great personality, if they with you, if you can have coffee with them and not want to kill yourself, that's how you hire a wedding vendor. Then you can dictate price and all that fun stuff. I mean, don't crazy, but like you can have the greatest photographer in the world, but if they're rude, if they're an asshole, if they're a jerk, if they make fun of you, if they make you feel bad, then is that really worth it? Find somebody that does great work, find a couple people that do great work, and then sit with them and have coffee with them and see how you feel about them. If you want to have at your wedding all day, then they're the vendor for you.
We're just gonna do a nice little focal shot here. That looks great. Turn the head to me a little bit more. No smile at this, right there. You didn't have to cut me up. Look down your shoulder, right there. Look right here. You heard her. Oh, this is folly, Gav. That, good. Hold hands in the front, girls. Just hold hands right here. Very sexy, bro. I had a friend named Zach Totens when I was your age. Actually, I think up till 12. He wasn't in middle school with me. And middle school started at 7th grade back then. Yeah. Anywho, he had lips, right? You guys have like the same, but girls, like, that's all he talked about. Have you kissed Zach yet? His lips are so, and I'm sitting there like this little Asian kid, like, no, I have, and I'm really nice. So you have to like show it in there. So you're supposed to wear them every night. That's the whole point. Anyways, I have not. I even paid for it myself, so there's nobody really to yell at me. My wife doesn't yell at me for that. Love that. Throw your boys' arms crossed right here. Right there. Money. Look at each other. Don't giggle. Right there. Look at me and giggle. Like, oh,